So, for our fans and viewers that don't know, who is LA?
LA is a well-rounded artist. She does a lot. She mostly raps right now, but she's also been into spoken word. I used to do spoken word since I was about 14 years old, professionally, 14 to 15. And then in college, I was really going out there and doing a lot of shows. And I did spoken word, and I was also a playwright. Like, I have my own play called The Memoirs of Hip Hop that I've been building and rebuilding, and I executed it at my college, actually, and it sold out for 3 days. It was an amazing production, and we're trying to actually bring it to New York, and then hopefully do a little tour nationwide for it. So I do that, I dance, I act crazy, and then, like, all of a sudden, I just started rapping about a year ago. I was asked to do a cipher called We Got Bars by this kid named Tony Polo. And I never rapped before that. I was always playing around with my friends, like, yeah, let's just spit some bars or whatever, like that. And then I did this cipher, and I was just playing around with it, and the kids was like, yo, why are you not rapping? And I was like, I don't know. And then from then on, I just started really cultivating this craft of, like, emceeing. And I was rapping with a lot of different people. I was working with my homeboy Science. I don't know if you know Science, but he's really dope. He's a dope artist from here. And then I started just growing. I got a DJ, and we just started doing crazy shows. And this is where I am now. I've been doing all this type of, I don't know where this stuff came from. I'm sorry, guys. I've just been doing mad crazy stuff that I'm just blessed and grateful to God that I've been able to do.
Yeah, it sounds like you're very talented. Just have your hands in a lot of different things, and that's always a blessing. Definitely. Just sounds like I guess you have a way with the pen.
I try to. Sometimes I feel like I get lost in the sauce of it all. But, I feel like writing is such a great medium to really convey who you are. And I'm such a strange character, like, in my mind, that I felt like maybe just writing and rapping would convey that the way I want to. And not only that, it also expresses a message that I want to give out to the world, and et cetera, et cetera. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you now. It's like I almost want to. I find a hard time believing that you've only been rapping a year.
I know. I find a hard time with it too. Mad people are like, me and my boyfriend always are arguing because I'm like, I gotta get better. I gotta get better all the time, and he's just like, yo, you've only been rapping for a year. Chill the fuck out. And I was like, oh, and I was like, lose my mind and shit. But it's like. It's just like being in this game. You feel like you always have to keep moving and growing and et cetera, et cetera. And it's a process, but I'm always pushing myself, like, for that next, like, let me get to that next step. And my first project was more so about, I don't know if you know my first project, The Presentation, but The Presentation was like my Kanye-based project with all production from Kanye West and then some. And I used that just to, like, get my voice out there. But I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know if I was even rapping. I was just saying a lot of things that rhymed really well and, et cetera, et cetera. And then the LA Riots, which is the project that's out right now, that's the project that I felt like I found my voice and was able to, like, really push out my message in a certain way. Not that I'm like some harsh, scary rapper, because I know a lot of y'all think I am some crazy, scary rapper. I'm not. It was just the LA Riots was, like the title, about frustration and about, getting that, like, anger out of yourself, because this game could get you really angry and scary. So that was it. But now now what I'm working on is about finding my structure and finding how I want to, like, make songs up and et cetera. I still want to black out in most of my stuff, but, I got to also find some line.
I definitely hear you.
Yeah.
All right. So, tell us about how you were growing up and who were your idols growing up.
Man, I am a weird breed of child. I come from a West Indian and Latina background, so my family is like all over the place, really, with it. So I was listening to like mad salsa and merengue when I was growing up. Like every day, my dad would put on this like Latino station, and that was what I would be listening to go to school. And then like my home, it was like I was listening to like a lot of Haitian music and a lot of Jamaican music. Like my mom used to dance, like she used to be a dance hall queen back in the days. So I was listening to a whole bunch of Jamaican music, and then my biological father is Jamaican as well. So like that also is like all in there. And then like on a sneak tip, like by myself, that's when I would be like listening to hip hop and everything else. And then I started getting my parents to listen to it. And, you know, they only listen to really the commercial ish, but like it's whatever. So my idols when I was growing up were like everybody else's idols, like Michael Jackson, and you know, I grew up thinking I was Beyonce, and and I loved TLC. TLC was like my heart. Like nobody could tell me anything about TLC. I was Left Eye in my mind. And Little Kim, I know this is ridiculous, but I was listening to Little Kim since I was mad young. Not supposed to be listening to it, but definitely was on some like, you know, like on some sexy How Many Lick shit when I was mad young. And then I kept on listening to more hip hop, and I started to gain a connection through it because I felt like hip hop was something that was told by the youth, and I felt so close to it because it felt like my cousin, you know, growing up. Like you hear all this music that you're growing up with, and you become one with that music, you know. And I guess that's why I'm so connected with it and so close to it, and that's why I lash out on Twitter and et cetera, because it means so much to me.